All right. Hello and welcome to this episode of Boomer and Degen. I'm your host, Biz, with co-founder Andy of Crypto Hub HQ. Andy, I know we are just going live with YouTube and things of this. We're probably gonna have to extend this intro just a tad longer. Yeah,
Extend the music a little longer.
yeah, just a tad. But we do have to tweet out. So if you're listening right now, would help so much if you give us a follow, like, retweet. On top of that, we are live on Blue Sky. So Crypto Hub HQ dot social dot blue sky, and yeah,
HQ, because I think uh, everybody has got that link, if you know what I mean.
yeah. So, but hey, let's we're here today. We got a little bit of a relief rally. Although when you showed the chart or when you ran the query, it did show that Asia seemed to be getting the worst of it in terms of the bearish sentiment, and it seems to be playing out again.
Well,
So
I think, yeah. I mean, let's just get into it, right? The market health, I've not bothered sharing the market health to today because it looks exactly like yesterday.
Mhm,
Um, it's back down, but let's go in. So yesterday we had some relief,
mhm,
right? We kind of from the start of the day to the end of the day, we were up about 5.5%.
mhm.
We're already down 1.25, nearly 1.5% today. But this is, to be honest, that was kind of expected. There was going to be some kind of relief,
Yeah.
moving forward. But
That was like
before
what,
I,
5 days of red candles?
yeah,
Yeah.
well, there's quite a lot to get into, but let's go to our little friends first, right? So this
Oh.
is finally caught up, and now we're down at 18, right?
Hmm.
So now this has gone to 19, which has gone up just a few ticks, right? But effectively still fear. And this has gone back down to 16,
Hmm.
because the markets have suffered, right? Um, again, same thing. That this is all down to Trump and this. And what I've got is an interesting thing to share, which is if I go to here. Yesterday, as you know, I watch Ran because he does. They have traders on there as well. Those guys are good anyway, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Ran because he tends to do a deep dive. And this is. I shared something yesterday from a different one he did talking about this, but he's now got this theory that we're into about a 90-day pain period
Mm.
for the exact reason that Trump is deliberately tanking the market, right? Now, of course, the big theory is he's tanking it to lower interest rates that brings quantitative easing, which will raise the price of everything, right? Um, because he think that the theory is that if interest rates are low, people will borrow money, businesses will invest. In the meantime, there's like 4 trillion knocked off the market cap of the stock market, right? So
That's right.
yeah. And people and an interesting one that even Fox News put out today, which is to say that they're going against him is staggering. Um, but they said that Trump has been asking people to retire, right? But for people in the federal workers to retire at exactly the same time as their 401ks, they call it in America, right? Which are your pension funds, I think.
Yep, yep.
Um, that your 401ks are tanking, so nobody wants to retire. Why would they? Because I think I don't know how 401ks work, but probably a snapshot on the day that you retire, right? And so it's probably moved into a different investment after that, right? Which is kind of how it works in England as well.
Mhm.
Um, and what he's saying is that there's potentially 90 days. It can't happen overnight. This lowering of interest rates. I think there's a CPI today, right? There's a CPI
Oh,
report
is
today.
there? That
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
All right. So
So
that's something
tomorrow,
to
yeah,
look forward to.
tomorrow we will see if they've updated their projection on lowering interest rates in the United States. All right,
Hmm.
and I think he's just trying to force him to do it. Right, he's trying to force him to do it, but they won't do it straight away. They won't do it straight away, so it's going to take time. So I think originally they said they might have one lowering this year. Everybody expected two or three, but then they said only one. Um, and maybe they'll upgrade that to two, right? But they might not lower it until next quarter, something like that, if it gets much worse.
Yeah.
So I think what the saying is that we could be going down. It's clear manipulation because he's trying to. They've got 9.2 trillion in debt,
Yeah.
but the current interest rate is 4.5%.
Yeah.
All right. Um,
But I'm also hearing people are defaulting on their loan or car payments, mortgages, and things like that.
well,
Like
why
it.
wouldn't they? Yeah, why wouldn't they? It's particularly if their businesses are stalling as well. This is just a this is the problem, right? If you're very rich, you're not affected. So
That's
Trump
true.
tanks them out. The rich people don't get affected. The small people default on loans. They close their businesses. Their lives are shattered.
Mm-hmm.
People don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, the only person who is the billionaire at the moment who gives a shit, and you can clearly see that it's affecting him, is our friend Elon Swastika Musk.
Oh yeah, his thing tanked pretty bad. Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
because today, and this is why I am cynical, right? This is why I say I think he's tanking it for his own benefit, not for the American people. Today, Trump sent a message because this is tanking, right? And
mhm.
I think SpaceX is about to have some issues. And
Oh,
so today at the White House, basically Trump came out with a Tesla. He basically sent a message out saying he thinks it's illegal that people are abandoning Tesla, right? Not buying Teslas. What has
illegal.
Elon Musk done when
Well,
he's
I
trying to help,
yeah.
you know, great American people? And he got a Tesla and basically had the price list of a Tesla and said, I'm going to buy a Tesla. And Musk was with him. They were doing an advert for Tesla at the White House. And that's what I mean by the White House is now a business for the benefit of Trump,
Mm.
you know. But Elon Musk is suffering, I mean, there's no doubt about it. So not all billionaires are doing well, but the others, they'll just sit it out, the Zuckerbergs and all of those, the guy from Amazon, Jeff Bezos,
You
they
know,
just
Kevin
kiss the ring.
O'Leary was on CNN and called Elon Musk a hero.
Who did?
Kevin O'Leary,
Yeah, well, he's another one.
Mr.
He's
Wonderful.
another.
What?
Yeah,
He's a Democrat, I thought, isn't
yeah,
he?
but who's the other guy? Mark Cuban.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, Mark Cuban seems to have his head screwed on a little bit better. Uh,
yeah.
but this Mr. Wonderful, but again, all for themselves, right?
Okay,
All for
yeah,
them.
that's true. He is known for that.
Yeah, right. So it's all about me, 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 me. If I'm earning money, I don't care if you're getting put out of your home. So the kind of on message version is he's doing it for the benefit of Americans,
Mm,
but by doing that, he's trashing their livelihoods. But later, it means that the billionaires will earn even more money and get loans much cheaper so they can invest to earn even more money.
mm.
So, so call me a cynic, but they reckon it's going to take quite some time. So maybe another 90 days of pain.
Another 90 days. So what you're saying is that what Rand is saying is that the 90 days haven't started yet. It starts now.
Well, so maybe we're in the 90 days,
Okay.
but it's going to take 90 days of pain, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what he's saying is that when the market sees the rate cuts are inevitable around June or July, markets will start recovering ahead of actual cuts. So we've got like where we're now March, April, May, June, July. So 3.5 months, 3 months, right? 90 days ish, right? So maybe starting now, if that's right, right? But
Hmm.
but it kind of now everybody is saying the same, and everybody, no, the news outlets are saying he's doing it deliberately,
Hmm.
doing it deliberately. And the right wing pundits are struggling to kind of spin it in any positive way, right?
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's obvious now the cat is out of the bag. So, as for what we do for trading, and we come back to Bitcoin now, which is now down, yes, 1.41 on the day, we know there's going to be an absolute, an absolute, let me just turn this on.
Mhm.
roller coaster ride of God knows what in all of this, right? So we know that, and if we project forward to where they're saying it's going to turn around, you're talking somewhere around here in the future. That's what they're saying. So
Okay.
that's June, July, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So so who knows what the fuck could be incoming? Then chop our way back up slowly. Um, that CME gap has not quite closed yet. Um, we've not
Mitigate that? No. Oh, we
not
have, haven't we?
that no, that's not the right one. Sorry, that's it.
Oh,
Yeah, because we
okay.
had the rise yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the one that I'm starting to learn about is this DXY, and
Yes.
I don't know enough about it. This is the dollar index, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the theory is when it goes up, if it starts reversing here and goes up, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And right now it is starting to reverse. So you need it to go down. But apparently, once I know exactly what it is, I will on the stream explain to you if I'm right that it going up is bad. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll see. But yes, this S&P 500 is up a tiny bit today, but yesterday again from open to close was down what 0.85 0.8%
Mm-hmm.
from yesterday. But whereas in total, it's down 9.
Yeah.
you know. So anyway, pain, and you can see that this all is pain, extreme fear, simple as that. Uh, so let's move on to trading.
Mm-hmm.
I've not anything to show you from a trade. Oh, I do have something to show you today. I made a mistake today. Um, and it just goes to show you, I didn't make a mistake and lose money, by the way. I just made a mistake on my charts. When I'm in a trade, I tend to turn off some of the indicators because they kind of obscure the charts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm setting up a trade, I have them all turned on. And this morning, Sol V was coming down,
Yeah.
and it turned around, and I was like, hang on a minute, I was expecting it to come back down a bit more. Why didn't it do it? And then I realized I'd got order blocks turned off.
Oh,
And it absolutely turned around on that order block, which
yeah.
is why I've now got this entry in for when it comes back down to it again.
Yeah.
uh, but so it just goes to show you order blocks, fair value gaps, points of control, all these kind of confluences. You get them on there. There's a point of control inside that order block, right? So it could come into that order block before
Mm-hmm.
going back up to that point of control. But yeah, I just by accident didn't have that switched on, and I was like, why did it turn around? It didn't mitigate this fair value gap, but it turned around. Is it just the fair value gap? And the moment I did that, I was like, oh damn. And by which point I'd missed it. It started its move up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it just goes to show you now. In terms of, there's lots of stuff I'm looking to set up, like Cato here. Uh, Again, now that I've got order blocks switched on, you can see that that's kind of turned around there.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the coins that weren't following Bitcoin yesterday are now following Bitcoin today. Now, auction is an interesting one because auction, if I go up to if you remember yesterday, I was waiting. It was actually at this resistance level, and then
Whoa.
because I was waiting to short it there, and
Mm-hmm.
then I went to sleep, right. So this was like my 1 in the morning because Bitcoin shot up
Mm-hmm.
while I was sleeping. It shot up, and then this morning I thought, okay, this could be ready, but then I realised if you go to the 15 minutes, it had basically just started following Bitcoin again. Almost identical charts,
Yeah.
right? Almost identical charts. So I'm not, I've basically not bothered trading it I didn't take this trade here because um, if Bitcoin would have just gone back up, you're fighting two coins,
Yeah.
auction and Bitcoin, right? So,
Hmm.
and I quite like the fact that you've got coins like say Kato. What's the other one? It's
Sovi.
was it Vanry? Yeah, Vanry. Look, has come into our alerts today as not following Bitcoin, and it's doing quite well, right? So it's about finding those coins that when Bitcoin is so choppy like this,
Hmm.
uh, I, I want to try find those coins, and our alerts are fantastic for that, right? Going there on way ACT. Do I have that in there? I don't know if I can trade ACT. Oh yeah, I can. Oh, it is in there. It is in there. So this is the opposite, right? So this is a 15-minute. You can see how it's not. ACT is going
Hmm.
down, and I put an entry on, and it's in my entry right now,
Hmm.
right in my entry.
Oh,
And
that's
again, I've
nice. Yeah.
scrolled it off, but look at that. Right inside that order block, that could turn
Order,
around.
order block pocket.
Yeah, no, it's right in, but there's one right beneath the other. So what it's actually done is gone through that one and just touched the one beneath it,
Hmm.
right? So there's a chance now, depending, it's not following Bitcoin. So that is a very interesting potential trade like this afternoon after, just give it a chance to play out. Because even if it goes up a bit, it's going to come back. It's going to retrace a little bit, right? So
Yeah, it tends to. Yeah.
yeah, so there's no rush. You just want a confirmation. But again, POC down there,
Hmm.
so it's kind of they do work looking at these using these liquidity based indicators like order blocks and fair value gaps. They do really work. So yeah, that's an interesting trade. Solvi, if it comes back down, I'll take it again. If this does its thing, I'm hopefully it's going to come down here. What I tend to do, by the way, Biz,
Hmm.
if I just turn off order blocks for a second, I do my setup here with this stop loss, right?
Hmm.
If it comes well into my stop loss and then spends a few minutes starting to go up, I go in earlier, so my entry ends up being my entry ends up being here, right? And so you're chasing profit and you've got a small stop
Oh
loss.
no.
So that's kind of what I do. I get and if you get a few minutes, it becomes a minute chart. I will say it because it's gone, but now it's tracing.
Oh, I think
It
you're
starts
rugging a little
following.
bit.
Am I all right?
Uh, ye-
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's choppy.
Okay, let me quickly drop off.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Yep, it's definitely choppy on stream as well. So we'll just give you a few moments and then we'll get you back. Oh no. Having okay, I think we got him back. Here we go.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Loud and clear. Yeah, you're coming in nice and clear.
Okay. So it told me that I couldn't join Streamlabs. There was a problem with the connection. So am I back? Can you see my screen?
Okay. Yep, we're good.
Okay, so I don't know where you got up to, but we were talking about ACT,
Yep.
and we were talking about it coming into these order blocks
Yep,
here.
yep, yep. We
I
got
said,
that.
what I tend to do is if I just turn these order blocks off a second, I go down a little bit here, and you can see when I'm looking to enter, I want to see that it's holding the line, right? So
Hmm.
that as it into here, it's getting a higher low each time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of getting support. If it's much lower than this, say, let's just say it goes down here. What I might do is I go in once I've got that confirmation on a market order with my same stop loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is you can tend to get in cheaper, so you're in profit like earlier. But I only do that once I've had that confirmation. The nice thing is that if it does go against you, your stop loss is even smaller,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, but right now, as you can see, I think it's coming down to this bottom order block down here and a POC, which you can see there. So I think that's what ACT is doing, but it's just something that I would watch, wait for a confirmation, even if I come down here to the 3 minute, even if it sort of chopped up, came up, it had come back in again before it went. And that's maybe when I'd get in. At the same time as looking at Bitcoin, although we know this is not following Bitcoin, which so you've got really you're only concentrating on the one coin, which is good. So that's it, Biz. That's the markets. That's the projection. We're 1.37% down. We may end up in profit in a bit today. We don't know, but medium term or short term, I'm not hopeful. You
Yeah,
know,
not hopeful.
we had 2 green days like a week ago,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we might have another green day today,
Well,
but I think still chopping down.
historically speaking, Wednesday tends to play out more positively than negatively.
I have an alert for that. I have a query for that, and I'll run that and tell you tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Hopefully, we get some positive correlation here. But
Yeah, yeah,
uh but yeah, no, we'll see. I mean, we just noticed that yesterday you presented the query, and we did notice a change in different with the different time zones. So yeah,
on the
well,
short. Yeah,
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 and who knows, tomorrow's another day, and no shortage of stories and interesting times that we live in today. So
yeah,
if you guys are getting value from what you're seeing here, and like what you see, and you actively want to trade, hit us up in our Discord. You can get to our Discord through our link. It's on our website. Just click the link and scroll down to the bottom, and you'll get our Discord link. Let us know that you followed us on Blue Sky, and as well as X, and we'll get you access. Like, no problem. You get all the insights and tips and tricks and all that, and also if you have tricks of your own, let us know. Let us know what you're trading. What's the strategy you're using? Andy just shared a nice conservative strategy, which I think looks quite promising,
yeah.
on lower
What
leverage.
it means, oddly enough, is that you do get some losses, but your losses tend to be very small,
Yes.
and then your wins far outweigh your losses, right? But there's a good saying in trading: you've got to be in it to win it. So
Hmm.
don't be scared to take some losses along the way, right? It's just a part
Absolutely.
of trading. That's all it is, you know.
Yep. The
Um,
fee, that's the market tuition.
and it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? So you're doing
Yes.
it for a longer period of time.
Absolutely.
So
Cool.
that's it. We'll see you
Yep.
all tomorrow, folks.
All right, cool. So yeah, we'll see you guys again tomorrow. That's it for today. And stay safe, everyone. See you all soon.
Happy trading, everyone.